You'll never truly grow if you keep on running from the feelings that are making you uncomfortable. For example, imagine you had a tough day at work and instead of reflecting on what went wrong, you binge watch TV for hours. The next day, the same feelings of frustration and anxiety are still there, but you've avoided facing them. Over time, this avoidance keeps you stuck and unable to understand or change what's causing these feelings. By staying with discomfort and exploring it, you can begin to heal and grow. Discomfort isn't the enemy, it's a message. It's a negative feeling, sure, but it's trying to tell you something. Once you dive into it, you start to understand why it's there and how you might be able to make it go away. If you keep pushing it to the side and trying to ignore it, you'll never figure it out and it'll keep coming back.
Come bust this pussy open.
There was a point in my life where I was lying in bed on a school night, just feeling the most uncomfortable with myself. And I couldn't go to sleep, so I had to figure out why I was feeling this way. I had to look back at the way I treated people, the way I acted, and what I was doing with my life to understand why I was feeling so uncomfortable with myself. As I reflected, I realized that before this moment, I was running around, middle fingers to the sky, chasing this false sense of comfort, running from the fact that I didn't like the way I treated other people, I didn't like what I was doing with my life, and I didn't like myself. And I was feeling all this, but I didn't even fully know it yet because I never stopped to sit with it. Even on a random day when I'm hanging out with my friends, relaxing, listening to music, just chilling on the couch, I found myself reaching for a distraction, pulling myself away from the reality that I didn't like the person I was becoming. That's why it's so important to sit with your feelings, to sit with the discomfort, so that you're able to realize that you need to change. If you're constantly pushing it away with distractions, you'll never change. This experience on the school night forced me to sit there and be uncomfortable. It also helped me understand why I was uncomfortable. I was able to step outside myself and see things from a new perspective to really understand what made me feel this way. I imagined it as me and everyone I knew surfing one big wave, me being at the top of this wave because I felt that I was treating people like I was above them. Obviously, it felt good for a while being at the top of this wave, but like all waves, this wave had to crash. Because I was on top, I came crashing down to everyone beneath me. This visualization made me realize how treating people like I was better than them, this sounds obvious, but is not good and it hurts them. And while you may be able to get away with it for a while, it comes crashing down and you realize that you've hurt people. It also put into perspective how all of our actions have effects on the people around us. The truth is, we're all the same. We all act the way we do for reasons that we might not understand. That's why it's important to look at everyone with understanding, compassion, and love. It's like the way we look at trees. When we see a tree, we don't think, oh, that one's too fat, that one's too ugly. We look at it without judgment and think, wow, that's a beautiful tree. That tree is the way it is because it needed to lean that way to get enough sunlight. We don't tear that tree down to prove that we're better than it. We constantly try to escape ourselves. It's not just like when you were being a bad person like I was, but for other reasons too. Reasons you might not even realize. People don't want to feel pain. Emotional pain, fear, anxiety, self-hate, heartache, stress, trauma. These are not pleasant feelings, and we're all trying to avoid them. Duh. We live in a world that encourages us to not stay with these difficult feelings. Social media, entertainment, and even advertising, they all promote quick and easy ways to numb the pain, to distract yourself. Scrolling on social media for hours can take your mind off things, even if it's just for a moment. Streaming platforms offer hours of mindless entertainment, letting you escape into another world instead of confronting your own. Ads for quick fixes like fast food, beauty products, pills, medication encourages you to buy something to feel better without addressing what's really going on inside. And that's the trap. If you keep escaping, you'll never figure out why the pain is there in the first place. Discomfort isn't the enemy. It's the truth you've been avoiding. And when you finally sit with it, and I mean really sit with it, that's when you can start to change. Awareness is the first step in transformation. Once you take the dive into those feelings, you'll begin to understand them. And only then can you really move forward.
The most important moments in life aren't when you're born and when you die, but when you met me, when we became us.